Welcome to Blonde Bombshell question and answer number 60. Yeah, I can't believe it either. I'm sitting here in disbelief. But enough said. The first question, and yes, they're new. Apparently, I'm getting older. I know. Who would have thought it? Anyway, we're going to stick to the question and answers. It's going to be uplifting, positively, nothing but happiness from here on out. We're not focusing on the past, the present. We're focusing on the future. So, staying that, let's hit the questions. Number 1, please share any news happy while you were away. Well, first and foremost, I know in question answer 59, I left you all thinking that my DVD player, Blu-ray player had quit. I've got happy news on that. After I went behind the TV and did some research of your own, if you will, I found out that the plug was just dislocated from the wall. Easy fix. And the DVD Blu-ray player working splendidly. Thank you very much. Of course, I got new glasses. Not one, but 2 pairs. This is one of the new pairs. The second pair I tried. I really did. Because the girl out there said it was modern and it would be a good pair of date night glasses and kind of sold me on that. But after I brought them home, and the good thing about this place is if you're not comfortable with them, they will switch the frames for you. And I went back out there today. We switched frames, and it was just necessary. I'm so glad. And I think you all will like the new ones. I don't want to give too much away. You'll see the new ones on Instagram. I want to keep you all informed on my Instagram as well as my Snapchat and as well as YouTube. So make sure that you start tuning in more often. You don't want to miss a moment of your bombshell. Now, how was the concert? Okay, well, Jimmy Allen, he came up in the stands. He was very nice. I don't know if I agree with all of this bumpity bump music. They're all doing like Old Town Road with Billy Ray Cyrus. And I just, no. This new stuff, maybe I'm too much of a 90s girl, but and also previous, even though I was born in the 70s, I can't get into this new rage stuff. No. Dylan Scott, he was outstanding. He thanked country radio for playing his songs. He tried somebody's nachos in the crowd, and he's like, hope you don't have any diseases. How down to earth is that? But he was truly a family man. He brought his wife on the road, and she was letting him, or he put her on stage in one of those fold-up chairs to the side of the stage where her and his son was watching the concert, and the little boy got to watch Daddy perform. Such a darling little boy. He mentioned the hospital trip that they had at the local hospital, Carl, and said that the little boy had injured his eye socket and had to have 5 stitches near his eye. And my heart was just breaking as he said this, because you could tell it brought him to such emotional pain. And sometimes when we're emotional, we don't always rationally think or speak. We speak from the heart. And while those are the most tender of emotions, it was so touching how he wanted to share that with all of us fans who just bought a ticket to see him in concert, and he just brought us in and made a part of his family. Outstanding job. I love him dearly. Dustin Lynch, he was a huge stage persona. His lights, the smoke. He did sit on the edge of the stage, and then he sat and worked on that. Oh, okay. He sat on the edge of the stage. His songs were great, but with Dustin, I don't know, maybe I'm too old school. We don't need all the lights. We don't need all the smoke. If you go just down it to just a guitar and you with a spotlight, I guarantee you don't need all the extra stuff. You'll be excellent. Saturday, I worked around the house, yard work. The wheel fell off the mower, and then there was a hunt for the perfect wheel. We visited $3 Generals, and we participated on the 50% summer clearance. I got a question about my mopping. When you mop, what procedure or protocol do you use? I think you mean, how do I do it? Well, I sweep the floor down first, and then I prepare mop water. I like Spick and Span antibacterial, and then I use Mr. Clean. I mop, then I take the roll of paper towel behind the area that I mop, whether it's a small area or big area. I'm wiping with the paper towel so it's completely clean. Then I talked about that. Yes, I'm reading my notes tonight, so I'm very prepared. What dessert will you have for your birthday? Oddly enough, I have a dentist appointment on August 6th, so I will not be partaking in cake, and I will not be partaking in any sort of cupcake. I've given my mom very strict orders that if we have any kind of celebratory dessert, it will be small and not very big. So from what I understand, Mackenzie is doing cookies for me, so that should be splendid. Explain your choice of a birthday fundraiser that you chose on Facebook and why you chose it. Many of you know I had a Shetland sheepdog named Kobe. Unfortunately, he passed away way too young. I had chosen Central Illinois Sheltie Rescue to fundraise for them because Kobe's story touched me so deeply. And even though I had a short amount of time with Kobe, it was the most heartfelt experience I ever had. He was found on the lap of his owner who had passed on. They rescued him. I applied for adoption and was granted custody, if you will, of him, and had him for roughly about 6 to 7 years before he passed. It still bothers me deeply, but I miss him every day. His birthday would be August 28th. Mine is August 3rd, and it was only fitting to choose that as my fundraiser, and I hope and I pray for his sake and all the Shelties out there and every animal, but mainly Kobe's breed touched me so greatly, and it was such an honor to be his mom. And I just pray that no animal is ever injured or hurt, or the Humane Society does a wonderful job too with just rescue breeds, but we have Peanut now, our Chihuahua, which is very special and everything, but Kobe was mine and Peanut is Grandpa's, and I mean, it's not that I don't love Peanut, it's just that Kobe was mine. What's something you look forward to on your birthday? Well, I got the phone call today that my niece is not working like originally planned, so this gets even better. They can get up here. We can hopefully hightail it over to Sullivan, Illinois. Notice how I said hightail it, because I want to eat at the Candy Kitchen if we can, and if they have something like beef and noodles on their menu, even though I called up there this week and they told me that beef and noodles will not be on their menu because it was on their menu last weekend. So I'm a little bit curious on that, but something that I'm very competitive at. And I got these little chalkboard things that we can wear, like first, second, third, fourth place, is these little ribbons that we can wear. Well, it's not ribbons, it's like a little chalkboard. And it's mini golf. And I cannot wait. I'm just dying for that. And I'm hoping to do some more thrift store shopping. I love my thrift store shopping. And as long as I'm home by 8 o'clock, I know that, I think it's Clay Walker that's up there Saturday at the Decatur Celebration. I would love to see him, I won't lie. But I don't like it when they bring beer into the picture. I really dislike that. And that's one big complaint I have with the Champaign County Fair, was we didn't need the alcohol. It was just not necessary. And we were sitting in the grandstands, and I miss the old days when we had chairs on the racetrack, and it was just awesome experience. We didn't have no stupid pit. Heck, that's a good way to have fights and stuff. You don't need pits. Okay. Which show are you interested in most, returning to Beverly Hills 90210 or Dog on the Hunt? Both. I'm hoping to get to see Dog on the Hunt. I noticed that is on WGN America, not WGN, so I don't know if we will be able to see that in September. But Beverly Hills 90210 comes back, I believe, either 6th or 7th of August. Oh, speaking of which, back to the Decatur Celebration. WAND had this contest that I got to enter, and I don't know I already said I probably won't get to win because they want the tickets picked up by 5 p.m. tomorrow night, and I work till 7 p.m. But my love of my life when I was a little girl, back when he was single, was Mark Miller. And I can tell you, I got that move down like gravy. I love him dearly. I can remember being so young and want just to dance like him. And I thought, if I ever get to sing on stage with him in a duet, I'm going to dance like that. But it's never going to happen. I have accepted that fact. I just wish I could meet him to tell him that before there was Luke Bryan, there was a Mark Miller, and I love you dearly, and I'm so grateful for you influencing my love of country music. Also, I know that I watched you guys on Star Search and how you guys came up. I would give anything to meet you. Just wanted to say that, and maybe someday I'll be blessed. Let's see. Noticed you bargain shopped for lawn chairs. Was there a method to it? Well, since my credit card counseling, I've been a comparison shopper. I've learned to look around, price, and then if you believe someone might have it cheaper at another store, and they have plenty of the same item, then that gives you a chance to return shop. But it's important, very important, to do your comparison shopping. We had went to one store, Rural King, here in town, and they had these red, white, and blue lawn chairs that fold up, and you put them in those sock things for like $7.82. Well, that was the same weekend as Dollar General's 50% off their summer clearance. So they had the fold-up chairs regular $10 for $5. Granted, they don't match. One's red and one's blue, but it doesn't matter. You're going to sit in them. It's not like you're there to, ooh, look at the chairs, So I think that's pretty awesome. What is your viewpoint of Walmart's garden center being enclosed with no opening to the public? When I worked there, we had an opening in the garden center, and it was just, I like the way we had it then versus now so much better. It was like a down-home feel. We had the little smiley faces everywhere, and it was just perfect. Now it's gotten too commercialized, and to me, it's like, I don't know. It's not the same place. In fact, I don't like shopping there, but I make myself shop there sometimes for the things that I need. But other than that, I really don't like shopping there. Are you happy or sad about Christmas in July ending on the Hallmark channel and the new summer movies coming to a start? As much as I love the Christmas movies, I like to watch them during the November, December months. I gotta say that. I know that there was, everybody says Christmas in July, Christmas in July. Well, it may be a good selling product to get you to go out and start your Christmas shopping. But to me, let's have Christmas in Christmas. It's just like everybody's wanting to move Halloween now. Why? What's the point? We don't need to do that. Focus on Halloween on October 31st. I think if we give the kids the holiday that they're wanting, which is on a Saturday, and I know the parents say that gives them more time to enjoy the holiday, but think of the trouble the older ones get in. You know what I'm saying? There's some out there that don't have parental guidance, and they go out and they cause issues. And that's not good. So let's leave Halloween on Halloween. A couple of hours, that's good. You don't need to move Halloween. AEW is a done deal with TNT Network on October 2nd. After 18 years of no pro wrestling on TNT, do you feel it will be successful? Absolutely. We've got Dean Ambrose being Jon Moxley over there. We have JR doing the announcing, which, let me tell you, Raw, you're lacking. Without him, it's nothing. And then, we have Chris Jericho. And of course, Cody Rhodes and his wife. And I just see a great big promising future on AEW. And it's going to make either Raw is going to step it up, or they're going to not have Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown's going to be a thing of the past. Plain and simple. If they don't step up their game, they're going to be a thing of the past. Explain how going to concerts in the 90s versus today is very different. Well, it's a different world. When we were growing up, for instance, when we were growing up, We didn't check bags or, do you have a pocket knife on you? Go return that thing to the car. You know, we didn't see these as threats. And after the show, they would meet the public. You wouldn't have to pay $40 to go meet your favorite star, if they offer that nowadays. You know, and another thing is, they were just more down to earth, more countrified, if you will. Today it feels like it's all a business, all a transaction. Even when I got my Dustin Lynch shirt, which was $30 for a shirt, you know, it's just, where is this money going to? You know, why, you know, if it was going to like a charity of some sort, I could honestly understand charging more than $20. But $20 back in the day was as much as we went for shirts. You know, I know things have raised, and it's not the same days of the old. Goodness gravy, I'd give anything for you kids to go back and experience some of the things that we experienced. Because, you know, the fairs were run differently. Things were different, totally different, and it's just a different life. Has pruning your tomato vines helped or hurt the vines? Helped. In fact, tonight I got some more tomatoes off my vines. I've got little ones coming on. Thank you for that magazine article. It was a great read, and it's actually given me great advice. Do you enjoy gardening? Also the seashell garden. Where did you get that creative idea? And do you mind when the kids take a shell? Great questions. I enjoy my gardening. It's very relaxing, very soothing. The seashell garden came from a funny time in our life. Grandpa had just purchased the lot next to the house, and I had wanted a pond to put in the lot. Looking back, thank goodness we didn't do it, because I can't even swim. There would be no point of it. But I said, well, I have to have something to be like a pond or a pond feel, because I just love my seashells, and I always wanted to have seashells out there. And he goes, well, why don't you just put seashells around that pot of flowers and call it a seashell garden? Because Ken, our neighbor, which was across the street at that time, had a little fish pond, and he had goldfish. That's why I always was like, oh, we could put, you know, fish out there. And then, of course, you know, that's not a good thing when you have stray animals wandering about, and they would probably eat the goldfish like they used to do out there when Ken had the goldfish. But he's since passed, and there's new neighbors over there, and, you know, it has been a wise idea putting the seashells out there. And no, I don't mind if the kids take a shell. And I have extra shells that I try to keep stocked, so I always have plenty out there. If I ever run out, then I run out. But it's just been fun, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm grateful for it. I don't know if the Dollar Tree still carries those or not. I'm going to have to look into that next time. It's odd, because when I was looking for these, you know, first, second, third place little ribbons for us to wear after we mini golf for Saturday, nobody carries them. That's why I had to resort to these like little chalkboard things that we can put on and just write 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Your nails are beautiful. Any special treatment you do to keep them long? Also, will you keep them long after your birthday? Thank you for the compliment. I use nail files that are cardboard, and I just file them they look like that. They need painted right now, so don't look too hard. And they are hard to keep because when I was younger, I was doing a sewing thing on a sewing machine that was mine at the time. And I ran the needle through this finger, and this finger. And by the grace of God, they came back, but some of the fingernails are bent, so I have a very hard time trying to shape them up and move them where they need to be. So it's fun. What can I say? Are you looking forward to tonight working out with your Snapchat and Instagram photos again? Absolutely. How did you get your $5 off coupon for your birthday from Goodwill? I have their app, and so when I went to check my messages today, which was really nice, in the app was a $5 off coupon, and that was pretty special. Give me one moment. Hello, I will be right back with you in about a few minutes. Goodbye. That was my mother, who will no doubt be calling back. And let's see. When someone sends you a message with no photo, what are the chances that you will respond? What are the chances that I will respond? I probably won't. Lately, I take great interest in my security and my safety, and I just feel like, you know what, if I don't know you, you don't know me, it's not going to happen. Name the TV shows you watch during the week. Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night SmackDown, Chrisley Knows Best, Ms. and Mrs., Wednesday is Deal or No Deal, Saturday is Hallmark, and Sunday, if the INSP channel, The Cowboy Way. We all know one of your favorite actors is Ryan Paevey. That's true. What features make him one of your most watched actors? I just love the way he carries himself and the way he has that deep voice, those piercing blue eyes. In fact, to be honest, I have written a top 10 of all of my Hallmark hunks to watch. Ryan Paevey, Andrew Walker, Mark Deacon, Brandon Penny, the guy in All of My Heart, Brennan Elliott, the guy in The Christmas Ornament, Cameron Matheson, Christmas at Graceland, which is Wes Brown, Christmas at Pemberley, Michael Rady, Paul Campbell, and The Country Wedding with Jesse Metcalfe. And number 20, what advice would you like to give youngsters watching and also the oldsters? For the youngsters, I would say, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. I guess that works for the old people too. Okay, well, Dear Bombshell is next, but I have to call my mother back. So, talk to y'all later.